I know this sounds ridiculous, but he texted a phrase I hid under an old Instagram post for 8 minutes.
Under an old post? Not a story?
Not a story, not a caption, a pinned comment under a carousel from last summer. Nobody had a reason to open it.
And this is the Hinge guy?
Miles. One really good first date. One second date he canceled because work got weird. Then 3 weeks of almost no contact.
Almost no contact is such a cursed category.
It is worse than no contact because he still existed around the edges. He watched one coffee story at 9:18, but he did not like it. He did not reply. He did not even send the little laughing reaction.
So your brain started doing unpaid detective work.
My brain and my friend Kat. Kat said, if he watched once, he is probably checking your profile too. I said that is not proof.
Good. It is not proof.
Then I did something stupid. I opened this old carousel from our first date neighborhood. There was a photo of a fairy sign in the background. I pinned a comment that said, "Blue Fairy Guy." That was what I called him after the date.
How long is it pinned?
8 minutes. 10:04 to 10:12. Then I unpinned it and felt insane.
And when did he text?
10:37. Just, still blaming Blue Fairy Guy for everything?
That is a sharper clue than a random view. But do not let Kat turn it into a courtroom.
Too late, she screamed. She said, "He is absolutely looking." She wanted me to reply, "So you do check my page?"
Please tell me you did not send that.
I did not. I wanted to. My thumb was hovering like a raccoon with a phone.
That image is upsetting, but your restraint was correct.
The problem is, I tested it again. I know, bad. The next night, I pinned another comment under a different old post. It said, "Rain ticket." That was the joke he made when the second date got canceled.
No new story that night?
No story, no post, no note, nothing. The comment was up for 9 minutes. Next morning at 8:11, he texts, "I still owe you that rain ticket."
Now there is a pattern. Short old post change. No public engagement. Private text echoes the wording. Then it repeats.
So he saw it.
Maybe. The safer sentence is, the timing deserves attention. It does not prove exactly who opened the post at exactly what second. It does not prove why he looked. It does not prove he wants to fix anything.
That is the part nobody wants. We want the clue to answer the emotional question.
Right. But Instagram clues usually answer smaller questions. Did something repeat? Did the attention stay quiet in public? Did the private wording show up after a visible change?
But not, does he miss me?
Not safely. That question still belongs to him. And honestly, if he can quote the joke, he can also use words like, "I want to see you again."
Kat said I should bait one more reaction.
That is how you turn curiosity into a little slot machine. You change a detail, wait for a hit, then feel worse because the hit is not a conversation.
So what should I have done?
Write down the 2 windows. Stop editing the old posts. Then decide whether you want clarity or just evidence that he is curious.
That is mean because it is accurate.
Curiosity is cheap. Clarity costs effort. If he sends a private joke but never asks to meet, that is information too.
So the pattern can be real and still not be enough.
Exactly. A signal can calm you down. It should not make you chase harder.
I ended up texting one clean line. I said, "You mentioned 2 phrases from old posts. Were you trying to restart the conversation?"
Good. Painfully normal.
He waited 6 hours and said, "I do not know. I just missed the joke."
There it is.
There what is?
Attention without a plan. Familiarity without repair. He might have been circling the door, but he still did not knock.
That hurt more than the silence.
Because the clue was loud, but the answer was small.
So the lesson is not ignore every IG pattern.
No. Notice the pattern. Respect the boundary. Then judge the person by what they do when asked directly.
And if they dodge it?
Then the empty reply box is the answer. Do not build a relationship out of 8-minute comments and almost texts.
Attention is not repair.
And curiosity is not commitment.